It's a big job at Aaliyah Care. There are a lot of disparate audience segments that you're working with. You're really
Yeah.
surrounding the industry. I got it. If you would look back over your career, what are the three habits or decisions or events that put you on track to be where you are now with the knowledge and understanding to be able to do what you're doing now?
Yeah. This, so I'll give you the three and I'll kind of do them in reverse order, but this one took me the longest to figure out, which was investing and growing the people is the most important thing because it is, yes, it's altruistic, but it is the only possible way to scale. Because if you have to spend and helicopter manage your employees and your staff, you're doing something wrong and the business will never scale. So that's the first thing. But it took me a long time to really, truly understand that. I used to think of people much more as machines of output. But I've figured out that by investing in people in their careers and their personal well being and their financial well being, even independent of the specific entity that I'm working for and they're working for, and helping them prepare themselves not for their next job, but for the job after that. And to give them something that they will take away in their life, regardless of how long they stay with the company. But they usually end up staying longer anyway if you really give yourself. So that's the big one. Another big one for me is the organization of work and the interconnected nature of the enterprise. So the most senior levels of positions, the majority of success happens not because you come up with just a singular, really great idea. It's because you're connecting the people in the organization and the work that needs to get done. And you're taking individuals who might be working in a specific functional area and you're creating an interconnected engine that focuses on maximum output and maximum quality. And that's just hard yards. And that's old school, talking to people, bringing them together. There are some more modern tools, project management platforms that can help facilitate that. But it still takes the fundamental human management capabilities of bringing it all together into one functional engine. And that's a key and critical aspect. And then the last one is, in today's world, hopefully you've been digitally thinking for 20 plus years, because that's how everything is happening, how everything is taking place. And it's back to that point number two, which is digital and the interconnected nature of how enterprise function today. Whereas back in the old days, and in my early days, I implemented SAP. And SAP was this behemoth manufacturing piece of software. It took 2.5 years. It was a very difficult and challenging thing, fraught with lots of errors and things that never went right. And it was a singular system. But in today's world, we buy these huge things in small chunks. We buy services. And we're going to increasingly buy smaller and smaller services. And we will be able to bind with these services in quicker fashions. There's going to be less friction. We're going to have, for lack of a better term, bots in our lives that we will invoke when we need them to do a very specific job. The whole world of software is moving to that service-based mentality. And if you don't connect to everything and you cannot become an individual or a decomposed service to work with other services and other pieces, you're probably going to be considered a legacy.
Got it.
Think about the interfaces that are taking place now. And this has a huge impact on marketing because it has a big impact on how we talk to people, which is applications like marketing automation applications and a lot of other applications are now being responsive to what we call prompts. ChatGPT. I've been using other AI tools or machine learning tools for 5 or 6 years now to generate content. But It's basically a small typewritten prompt or a spoken word, right? Which is things are becoming more utilitized. And the spoken word is going to become and have more capability to invoke those services that we need. There's going to be less type interface and there's going to be more spoken and more verbal interface. It's going to change how we have to market.